Hello everyone, this is Dr. Vikas, my colleague Anatomical, Deputy Dean of Perm State Medical University. Friends, as you see that we have many departments nearby this building. So right now we have 4 departments: anatomy, biology, and histology. So let's start the view of this department. Security area. The students should show their identity card. After that, they can allow to enter this building.
And now we will see Anatomy Museum. Also downstairs there is special floor with cadavers, but according to ethics of our university, we can show cadavers in video for you right now. So, if you are a student, you can come here and practice with cadavers. But just in video, unfortunately, we can't show such kind of things. That's why just some interesting things in Anatomy Museum. That's all. So, first room of Anatomy Museum. Let's go inside. Some of our students, and they will tell a little bit about this museum. So please, Noj, what you can tell?
Actually, we are at an Anatomical Museum, and if you are talking about this Anatomical Museum, it was founded in the year 1916 and by Professor Vikesh Smith. For the memory of Vikesh Smith, we have created a working corner over here where his things are located, and we are having a handmade wooden chair over here, and only 3 of such things are exhibited in all over Russia, and we can see a huge collection of skulls over here, and this was excavated from the banks of river Serbia in the year 1926. Even we are having an embalmed body of former worker of this university, so and she provided her body for us after her death. And the main attraction of this department is this skeleton with impressive size. This skeleton is having many manifestations of osteochondrosis. And not only that, there are also brain preservations of Professor Henkel and Schmidt, and we constantly replenish the drugs, and there are almost 800 natural preparations over here, and in some of them are totally unique, and that's the pride of our university.
So let's go in another room. It was just first room of our Anatomy Museum. There are some words. Hello.
Hello and good afternoon. I'm Anita Sena. I'm a student of first year studying in Perm State Medical University. This room right here is the second Anatomical Museum. There are some models which are exhibited here by the students of scientific community. They prepare, and here they are exhibited, such as there is this nervous system. There is the circle of Willis. There is this circle of Willis, and there are some models which are prepared by cloth. This is the ascending aorta. There are some also specimens of human body. So the specimens and the models here help us to gain more knowledge about anatomy.
So as you can see here, some things that students can teach themselves. It's really interesting that students can take part in the scientific society, make some models of organs, using different materials, using different things, and their skills will be better because of it. So let's go and look some other rooms, because we have many rooms in Anatomy Museum. So here, one more room is open.
third room of anatomical museums where there are these organs exhibited, the upper extremities, head and neck. The students here come for the practical classes after the classroom lectures, where in classroom lectures we have PPTs prepared by the teachers. We learn many things here. There are class tests held and orals held. These organs help us to learn more about the anatomy of human body. There is also a model, a handmade model of the skeleton prepared by the students. So through this, we can learn many things in anatomy, and it's very helpful. We gain a lot of knowledge here, and there are many advantages and about this room where we observe. Even in atlas we see only in pictures, but here as we can observe the organs of a specific part.
So as you can see, there are many rooms and different organs. Again, unfortunately, we can't show you all details because it's prohibited according to ethics of our university. But when you will be a student, when you come here, you can look all organs, all tissues, you can study everything, touch, and maybe make some things yourself. And also, I think we can talk a little bit with teacher of anatomy department, Ms. Oksana Vladimirovna. She has good and big experience of working with our foreign students. So let's come and ask her some questions maybe. So,
good afternoon. Perm State Medical University is oldest in Europe and our country. Students from first to 4 years study in our department. They study human anatomy, pathologic anatomy, and operative surgery. I have been working in the department for 11 years. For 4 years, I have been teaching Indian and Arabic students in English. My students is very kind and hardworking. They very like anatomy and our practical classes.
So, and here also you can see Evgeny Anatolyevich Wagner. We know that our university is named after our academician Wagner Evgeny Anatolyevich. So, it's greatest surgeon and anatomist, and we are very proud that he was head of our university for many years. Right now, let's go upstairs to histology department. I think histology department is also a very interesting department, and I work in histology department.
Hello, my name is Rajiv. I'm a third-year medical student of Perm State Medical University. And this is our histology department. In histology, we learn about anatomy of organs, their function, and their morphology. Here are some pictures taken under microscope. We can see some nerve endings, glomerulus, and everything. Here is cross-section of like tongue, esophagus, and everything. So these pictures help us to get a better understanding about the things that we cannot usually see in the microscope. Here are some greater magnifications and some like that. Now we will see the working of a microscope. So here we have a compound light microscope. For this we have to move the stage away from the objective. We will place a slide under it. We usually view it under 10x magnification. Adjust the objective and we get a picture. For better understanding of it, sometimes teachers use microscope with screens and cameras, like if students cannot find the picture by themselves. Here we have a cross section of esophagus. we can see mucosa, submucosa, and external muscularis layer. There is lamina propria, the ducts in the submucosal layer, and the excretory duct of the glands. This room is usually used for research work. Many students have done their PhD from this room. Like we have a microscope with camera here. This is a very complex device. It usually gives fluorescence to the slide and helps for a person to give a better diagnosis of the thing we are looking at. An assistant is sitting here. He looks at the field, and another person looks at the screen and he tells the person to focus on a specific slide and find out the feature he is trying to look at. Then we have reverse microscopy. Reverse microscopy is usually used to usually done for denser objects like bone, to see the calcification of the bone, sometimes for arteries and for veins. Then we have fluorescence microscopy. In fluorescence microscopy, it is usually done for coronary artery and heart. We have dark and light field microscopy. It is usually used for living objects like living microorganisms, to see their colonies or to see the work of whether the medicine that is used is effective or not. So this all help us to get a better understanding of histology. We have practical classes after every lecture. Our teacher shows us the slide and we get a better understanding about histology.
So you just saw light microscopy and light microscopes, different variants of light microscopes. And here there are some pictures which were done under electron microscope. Real photos and some scans also. It's absolutely different things, light microscopy and electron microscopy. Unfortunately, today we can't see electronic microscope with you, but I hope that when you come to our university, you will not just look slides, not just study normal things in histology, but you can also open more new things for you. And there was a table with pictures with different photos under microscope. First time when students came to our department, they think that all these things are the same. Really, all organs, all tissues looking similar to them. But at the end of our course, they can easily differentiate what is it, which organ is it. Stomach, esophagus, liver, maybe it's some kind of tissue, epithelial tissue, blood, and so on. So we like our department, we like histology. I think it's very interesting subject, and I really hope that you will like it too. That's why I really want to see all of you here in Perm State Medical University. We are ready to teach you, we are ready to take you in our student scientific societies, in anatomy student scientific society, in histology, or any other student scientific societies that you can choose. So come here and you will be a great student at home.